What's up to all my haters? That's alright, Brooklyn's in the house and we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. If Brooklyn's in the house, I want you to let me know down below. Just say Brooklyn's in the house. Hey everybody. I'm just here to show you how to make a real hamburger. Everybody thinks that if you put a whole bunch of garbage inside your hamburger, that makes the best burgers. And I'm sure after this video, there's still going to be people putting a whole bunch of stuff in their hamburger. But that taints the flavor of the meat. So today, I'm going to show you how to make your hamburger right. So just stay tuned. Come along with me, 'cause we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere.
I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you. I'm living my best life.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is wash our hands so that they're impeccably clean. And then we're going to dry them, see? With a nice clean paper towel. Okay, so next I want to show you this meat. This meat is from Aldi's. I'm not sure how much fat is in it. It's saying this 85% lean or whatever. But it's about 1.5 pounds of meat. And I'm going to show you something that's just going to show you how to make a really good hamburger, like where you could taste the meat, where you could taste the actual meat. These are the ingredients I'm going to use. I have between 1.5 and 2 pounds of ground beef. I think it's maybe 1.5. Then I have a bottle of Worcestershire sauce. Do y'all know how Worcestershire sauce got its name? Well, it was a very nice black gentleman who went over to England to visit. And he stopped by a restaurant and he noticed that they had this delicious brown sauce. So he called the waiter over and the waiter said, "What can I help you with, sir?" And the guy said, "Sir, I want to know what's this here sauce." And that's how Worcestershire sauce got its name. Ha 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 ha. So you just need a bottle of Worcestershire sauce. You also need some Lorry seasoned salt. I don't know which way I'm supposed to be holding this. Some garlic powder. And some fresh ground black pepper. That's all you need. That's all you need for your hamburgers. I'm telling you. Alright, so we're just going to put some Worcestershire sauce in here. You can measure it by sight. I'm going to measure it by sight and then I'll tell you how much you should be putting in there. Okay, so this is how much I'm going to put in. Oh, it's a brand new bottle, look. It still has the little safety seal on it. Okay. Alright, so here we go. So all in all, I would say that's 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And I'm going to try to mix it with the spoon because I don't really like the meat all in between my fingers and stuff. Eventually I'm going to have to anyway. I might as well do it now. What do you say? You just mix it in. Make sure it's well blended with a spoon. Or you could use your hands. Now, to me, it looks like it needs a little drop more. So I put in about 3/4 of a teaspoon more. The first time I put in about a tablespoon, and now I put in 3/4 of a teaspoon. What we're going to do next is just pat them out into some medium-sized patties. Let me just get a plate. So I'm just going to take a ball of meat, of ground beef. And don't be rough with it, because the more you handle your meat, the tougher it gets. So we're just going to press it down. We're going to press it down lightly. I think that needs a little more. Just press it down lightly. Now you can, even if you like thick hamburgers, you can make them a little flat, because as they cook they start puffing up. Because the meat starts getting more firm. So it starts puffing up. You can also make them different sizes depending on who's eating it. I have a daughter who loves her hamburgers really big and fat. And it's funny because she used to like them skinny and crispy. But things change. And if you're feeding little kids, of course you're going to make them smaller. So just a rule of thumb, something to remember, because a lot of people don't know this. Like I said, the more you handle your meat, the tougher the texture is going to be. So you just want to do it kind of lightly. Okay. So now I'm going to go wash my hands again. When you're handling raw meat, you want to wash your hands over and over again. Alright, so now we're going to put the seasoning on the outside. We're going to start off with the Lorry's. And see, because I didn't play with the meat a lot, they're going to be really juicy. Then I'm going to put a little bit of the fresh ground black pepper. Next, I'm going to put a little bit of the garlic powder. Now it's time for them to go into the pan. Okay, so I just put it on a medium heat. See, medium. And then I'm going to use my favorite frying pan for cooking my burgers. Now I'm just going to use a little drop of olive oil in the pan to make sure they don't stick. I don't know how much fat is really in it, but I don't think there's that much. So we're just going to heat up the olive oil. So what I'm pairing my hamburgers up with today is some vegetarian beans, and I'm also going to make a small salad. Now I put the olive oil around the entire pan, and I let it heat up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hamburger and I'm going to flip it into the pan with the seasoned side down. I'm going to do is I'm going to put the same seasoning, the seasoned salt, the black pepper, and the garlic powder on this side, right in the pan. Don't put too much coarse ground pepper because coarse ground pepper can be really strong. So now we're going to just let that side cook. You know that that side is cooked when you start seeing some of the red juices coming up through the top of the meat. I'll be right back. Nothing smells better than some burgers cooking, especially when they're cooking on the grill. But they smell so delicious right now. A lot of people don't eat burgers anymore, so you can substitute turkey burgers or veggie burgers. But that smell. Now I put the beans on while that side is cooking. And also, I want to let you know the way it looks right now, I can turn it over because I like my hamburgers medium. But if you like it well done, you'll wait until you see all of the juices come out. But if you like it rare to medium, you could turn it over right now. I'm just going to let it cook for a little longer. And while it's cooking, I'm going to go get my cheese because these are actually going to be cheeseburgers. So it looks like they're ready to be turned over, for me anyway. Or you can let it cook a little longer. So you just flip it over to the other side. Now if you press it down when you flip it, it's going to get the juices, it's going to take the juice out. So I don't really press it, I just kind of hit it a little bit. But I don't press it. And when they're almost done, I'm going to use some sliced sharp cheddar on top of it while it's still in the pan. You'll see. Okay, so now they're just about ready. So we're going to just put a slice of cheese on each one. Like this. Just like that. Then we're going to just lower the heat a little bit. Well, lower it down as far as you can go. And we're going to put this top on it so that the cheese could get melty. And we're also going to get our buns ready. And this is what it's looking like. That's what you call a cheeseburger. So now I'm just warming up the buns. And I'll be right with you to show you the final results of what we have to eat here. Da da da! And it's all ready. Doesn't that look delicious? Except we're going to put a little blue cheese. Not blue cheese. How did I get blue cheese? Well, I'm going to put a little ranch dressing on my salad. Or maybe I will put a drop of blue cheese. Actually, blue cheese tastes really good on top of burgers too. So, here it goes. Just a little drop. I really wanted ranch, but I'll take the blue cheese. Now, of course, if you want pickles or onions or lettuce or tomatoes on your hamburger or whatever you want, you put it on there. But I just want to tell you, just for the burger itself, this is the best, most amazing tasting burger you're ever gonna have. So try it out for yourself. Okay guys, now we're gonna taste it. This is what it's looking like once again. Yum. Let me get a little napkin, paper towel. And I have some lemonade, some nice pink lemonade. Alright, so who wants to take the first bite? Which one of you wants to take the first bite? Yum, 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 yum. I'll take the first bite. I forgot to say my blessing. Amen. See? I don't want to talk with the food in my mouth. But you can taste the actual beef flavor, but you can still taste the little seasoning, just the right amount of seasoning salt, just the right amount of garlic powder, and just the right amount of pepper. And one reason I don't always put pickles and lettuce and tomatoes on my hamburger is so I could get the real meat taste. If you're a meat lover or a beef lover, you'll know what I mean. And another thing you could taste is you could taste how the Worcestershire sauce just enhances the flavor of this burger. A little bit of beans. I hope you could see because I only have one light in here. I don't have my whole light set up in my kitchen. But we're going to have a different kitchen soon. We're going to have a nice, beautiful gourmet kitchen where I could cook all my recipes and you could just walk around with me. Right now I have limited space. Now I'm going to take a taste of this salad with its blue cheese dressing. That's a perfect pairing for this delicious hamburger. This is so good. Something I have to tell you about the beans. I'm going to show you guys how I make my homemade baked beans from scratch. So you just have to stay tuned for that. Make sure you click the subscribe button and punch on that notification bell so you can get all my recipes and you can get that delicious baked bean recipe. I got the recipe from my mom, and every year in the summertime for cookouts or New Year's Eve or even Thanksgiving, I get a request for my homemade baked beans. There's some people, Rhonda, my sister-in-law, and her husband, they walk right into the cookout. Where is Patty's baked beans? Where is Patty's baked beans? So I'm going to show you the recipe. This is just canned beans, but I know how to season them. I just put a little bit of sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of mustard, and you could either put a little teeny drop of molasses because molasses are very strong, or you could put regular syrup that you use for your waffles and pancakes. But that's not how I make my homemade baked beans. You'll see. This is so good. Another thing is sometimes I have my pickle on the side of my hamburger. I don't always like it right on my hamburger. Let's get one more bite before you go. Here, take a little bite. Mmm. 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 See, I said I like my hamburger medium, but it still came out a little well done. I have a really strange stove and oven. It gets hotter than it's supposed to. Okay, so now I'm going to go on and finish this plate of food. Thank you for coming by. I love it when you come and visit with me. And let's see what we have in store for next time. As I said, don't forget to subscribe and to hit the notification bell. And also give this video a thumbs up. And let me know down below if you're going to try this or if you have a special method of making your hamburgers. And the secret ingredient I have is only one today because it's just for a hamburger and I don't want to taint the taste of the beef. My special secret ingredient is the Worcestershire sauce. So don't forget that. Next time you go to the store, get yourself a bottle. The Lee & Perrins is kind of expensive, but they have other brands that are not as expensive. So try yourself some Worcestershire sauce in your hamburger. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. I love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye. Oh, don't forget to thumbs up this video. Did I say that already? I don't know. See you next time.